Where the barking never stops, the dog don't stand strong. Bring on Bama and bring on Texas too. We stay true. The Dogs stay true. We're the one with a few. Go Dogs off. I'm playing on Florida. Bring on Bama and bring on Texas.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Salute to all of you. For those of you that are on your way home, in traffic, on your way home from work, lend me your ears, keep your hands on the wheel. And when you get a chance to, when you get home and get settled, just hit that like button. For those of you that are still at work, when you get a chance to, hit that like button. For those of you that are ghost watching, some of you are fans of bubble teams that are ghost watching. You see the title. Hey, I feel your pain. We were there in 2023. But tonight, we're going to find out a lot tonight. I have a poll up, as those of you can see. The poll is, which bubble team is at risk of being left out of the playoffs so far? Bama and Miami are tied. BYU was leading a while ago, but Miami and Bama are tied 35% apiece. BYU at 24%, Notre Dame at 6%. So let me explain to you exactly what that means here. So BYU right now, they're currently 11-1. Texas Tech is 11-1. BYU had a blowout loss to Texas Tech. Texas Tech lost to Arizona State. Not that bad of a loss, because Arizona State came on pretty strong at the end of the season. Okay, so here's the scenario. If BYU goes to Dallas on Saturday afternoon and upsets Texas Tech, well, right now Texas Tech is like a 2-touchdown favorite. I think it's like at 14.5. That's the spread for Texas Tech and BYU game. If BYU goes to Dallas and upsets Texas Tech, that's going to create a bit of a problem for some teams that are in that 13 to somewhere between that 13 and 9. We're going to start at 9. 9 is where Notre Dame is at currently. 10 is where Bama is at currently. 11 is where BYU is at currently. And Miami is sitting there around 12. Vanderbilt is at 13. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem if BYU wins that Big 12 championship game. Then there's going to be all kinds of chaos. Now I'm going to predict a few things. And we're 5 minutes away from the rankings to be revealed. I'm gonna predict a few things. Miami went up to Pitt last Saturday and put a beat down on Pitt, worse than what Notre Dame did a couple of weeks ago. They went on the road to Heinz Field and beat Pitt down 38-7. Miami also has a head-to-head win over Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame's strength of record is a little stronger than Notre Dame, but maybe by a few points. Maybe only by a few points. So with that being said, I am predicting that Notre Dame will jump Miami. I think I can see a scenario where Notre Dame jumps Miami and they put Miami in front of Notre Dame, because I cannot fathom a situation where the ACC is completely left out of the playoffs. Duke and Virginia are playing Saturday night in Charlotte. That's going to be a de facto home game for Duke. And Duke is no pushover. There are a couple of games that they could have easily won, that could have easily went the other way. They are no pushover. Virginia could lose that game. And if Virginia loses that game, the ACC is in danger of being left out. So that's going to open the door for where North Texas and Tulane, the winner of that game, is getting in. That's already set in stone. But if Virginia loses to Duke, that opens the door wide open for James Madison to creep in because James Madison would be ranked higher than Duke. That's another thing that I want to look at also. How high will they rank James Madison, North Texas, and Tulane tonight to justify the move that they may be forced to make if Duke upsets Virginia? Now, I'm also hearing talks about Bama. It's a must win game Saturday in Atlanta. We're going to find out about that too, because if Bama is still sitting at 10, then it may be a must win situation. But if Bama is moved up, let's say to 9 or 8, which is a possibility, they beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl in the comeback dramatic win. They beat Auburn. But the thing about it, Auburn is not ranked. So how much credit will they get for that win? Vanderbilt, in the meantime, went into Neyland Stadium, into their arch rival stadium, and put a beat down on Tennessee Saturday. So a lot of questions to be asked, and a lot of questions are going to be asked here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and switch this thing over to ESPN. If anybody comes in the chat, types in the chat, if I don't shout you out as you come in, because I'm taking the live stream off of the big screen right now, and I'm going to put it on regular TV so I can see the rankings revealed. And once again, everyone, make sure you hit that like button. I just know I love and appreciate all of you for supporting the platform. But I'm going to give you a rundown of the rankings here in real time. And they're about to start here shortly in about a minute and 40 seconds. And while I'm waiting on them to get started here, let me address the Jerry Curtis situation. Like I stated earlier, the portal will be loaded with quarterbacks. There's nothing to fear. Uh, we saw this coming. Salute to you, Kilo. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, Kilo. We saw this coming with rumors of him attending the Missouri game when Vanderbilt played Missouri. Him and Diego Pavia, they are like this. They are close. They are real close. He moved out of his parents' house. He has a condo somewhere, somewhere in the suburbs in Nashville. So, even though his mother is a huge UGA fan and she loves her some University of Georgia, kids have a mind of their own. Kids have a mind of their own, and especially these days, kids are going to do what they want to do. They want to, and it's not a knock on the kid. A lot of kids these days they want to create their own footsteps. They don't want to follow in the footsteps of their parents. They don't want to do necessarily what their parents want them to do. It's just like if you're dating a girl, if you're dating a female, and if the parents are crazy about you, and this is from my personal experience, though, if the parents love you, 9 times out of 10, that will kind of the girl will kind of take a step back from you. But if the parents don't like you, the females that the parents didn't like me, those were the ones that were crazy about me. So so it's just crazy how the world works. Kids tend to do opposite of what the parents want. Those of us who know weren't surprised by it. No, it's not a surprise at all. Remember that portal is going to be loaded. Lagway, Lenora Sellers, Dylan Raiola. Who knows Dylan Raiola? He still has ties. He has friends that he went to high school with at Buford High School. Who's to say? But one thing I do know, Kirby needs to go in that portal and get a quarterback. And this is no knock on Pugliese, but from what I saw in that Charlotte game, he's a backup. He's not the quarterback that I would feel comfortable with handing the keys over, like what we had to do in the SEC championship game with Gunner last year. I don't have that same level of confidence with Pugliese with the times that we've seen him come in the game. And I know some people would say, well, Mondo, he wasn't with the ones. I mean, there was some first string linemen in the game. in the Charlotte game. He just, I just, that's just my opinion. I just don't think that he is QB1 material for the SEC. He has an arm, he has a laser cannon for an arm, but it's just a few things that kind of alarm me about him. So, but that's another subject for later on. We're going to go ahead and get on into the rankings here, and they're getting started here. They got to do a little talking or whatever. Very curious about where Miami and Notre Dame is going to land. They're going to keep Notre Dame in front of Miami. Very curious about where Bama's going to land. They're going to make a move and put Bama in front of Notre Dame. That would be the smart thing to do. That way, when the SEC championship game is played, you can justify, even if Bama takes an L to my Georgia Bulldogs. If they lose to Georgia, then that would justify them staying in the playoffs, which I think Bama's in regardless. Win or lose, I think they're in because look, they are the higher seed of the two participants. They are the higher seed. They're going to be wearing their home uniforms. Georgia's going to be wearing their road uniforms. So technically, Bama, if we crowned a regular season SEC champion, Bama would have that title. They would own that title as the regular season SEC champions. We just got to play the championship game. Me personally, I think they should do away with these conference championship games. They're meaningless. If a team has a head-to-head win over another team and they have identical records, the tiebreaker would be the head-to-head. I think it's egregious. Let's see who this is calling. Hey, what's going on live, man? Huh? Okay. Hey, can you want me to drop the link for you? Okay, I'm finna drop the link for you now. Come in the chat and hit the link. All right. All right. So at number, let me go back. Let me go back. They be doing them so fast. All right. At 25 is James Madison. So James Madison is in the rankings. North Texas is 24. Iowa is at 23. Georgia Tech is at 22. And Houston is at 21. So James Madison is at 25. James Madison, 25. North Texas is 24. Hold on for a second, Dietrich. I'm trying to multitask here. At 20 is Tulane. At 19, Michigan dropped down to 19. Michigan dropped 4 spots down to 19. Arizona is at 18. That strengthens Texas Tech, definitely. 17, Virginia, and 16, USC. Yeah, so All right. So 15, Utah is at 15. So Utah dropped 2 spots down. Utah is 10-2 though. Keep that in mind. Utah is 10-2. Vanderbilt is at 14. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. That's not good. That is not good. Vanderbilt is at 14, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a good sign. The link is pinned, D. True. At 13 is Texas. So Texas is up 3 spots. They put Texas in front of. Okay, so the
You
head.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Head matters when it comes to Texas and Vanderbilt. So let's just see what they do with Miami and Notre Dame. Are they going to be consistent with this? So they have they have Texas, which they beat a Texas A&M team that really didn't have nothing to lose. I mean, they were just, I think they did some low management also, but that's neither here or there. At 12 is Miami. Not good. That is not good. They have Miami at 12. That is not good at all. That is not good. I think that's it. I
I
don't
can't hear you.
think. Yeah, I mean, you got to go out, come back in
What's
again,
up?
bro. Go out, come back in. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Yeah. So Miami, BYU is still at 11. BYU is still at 11. Yeah. So Miami fans, I hate that. I really do. So head to head, head to head matters when it comes to Texas and Vanderbilt, but it doesn't matter when it comes to Notre Dame and Miami. I don't understand it. I really don't. I do not understand it. They are determined to put Notre Dame in. So let's see where Bama ends up at. So the 10 spot is coming up now. The 10 spot is coming up. Notre Dame is at 10. Now I got that right. Notre Dame is at they dropped Notre Dame down 1 and they're gonna put Bama at 9. That's gonna guarantee Bama a spot, win or lose. That right there guarantees Bama a spot in the playoffs. Win or lose. Bama can lose Saturday, they will still be in. They are secure because they have them in front of Notre Dame. Let's see, 9. 9, Bama is at 9. Bama is in front of Notre Dame, and I think they should have been did that. I think they should have been did that. Bama's at 9. Bama's up 1 spot. So one of my predictions was correct. I thought they would have Bama at 9, Miami 10, Notre Dame at 11. But hey, can't be right all the time. Tutu Girl said, "There's really no reason for me to get excited about Atlanta because even if the dogs win, they still get in." Well, that it is personal. It's mental. It's a psychological. Georgia needs to win this game. Kirby needs to win this game. This is personal. This ain't about the playoffs. This is personal. This ain't business. Georgia needs to win this game. Oklahoma's at 8. Everyone. Texas A&M dropped 4 spots. 4 spots. So they're at number 7. Ole Miss is up 1 spot. Wow. Ole Miss is up 1 spot. And everybody thought the committee was gonna screw Ole Miss over. And oh, by the way, everyone, um, Reports came out this afternoon that Charlie Weiss Jr. flew back to Oxford. He's back in Oxford and he will remain with the team throughout the duration of the playoffs. At number 5 is Oregon. I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised they didn't put Oregon at number 4 with this love affair that the media has been having with Oregon lately. Texas Tech is up one spot. They're at number 4. So that pretty much tells you Texas Tech will get a bye if they take care of business in Dallas. Georgia's at number 3. Indiana is at number 2. Ohio State number 1. No surprise there. So, D Truth, are you there? D Truth, are you there? Okay, so there's no surprise in the top 4, well in the top 3 in my opinion. Texas Tech is at 4, so all they got to do is just take care of business Saturday, and you around a lot of people, brother. You're around a lot of people. All they have to do is take care of business against BYU, and they're set. They'll have a first round bye. They'll be in the quarterfinals. Ohio State, the winner. So I'm looking at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at it like this. The winner of Ohio State and Indiana will probably drop down. I mean, the loser, I'm sorry, of Ohio State, Indiana will probably drop down to 3. The winner of Bama and Georgia will go to number 2. And I'm just guessing if Georgia loses, Bama and Georgia will probably swap places. Being the fact that Bama has 2 wins over Georgia, I can see them swapping places. So that goes back to what I was saying last night. It's a win. Georgia has to win because if they lose, they're going to fall to that 9th spot. They're gonna fall to that 9th spot, and they'll have to go to Norman, Oklahoma, and play Oklahoma in a playoff rematch. Now, not that I'm concerned about that at all, but then you got to turn around in the quarterfinals and play Ohio State. That will be a gauntlet, a hell of a gauntlet of a path. So, Georgia, it is imperative that Georgia wins this game Saturday. I mean, you're getting in the playoffs, but you're gonna catch hell in there. It's gonna be the most difficult path, the most difficult bracket. It would be that ninth spot. So if Georgia loses to Bama, they're gonna drop the 9. It's just gonna be a swap out. It is gonna be a swap out. So so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this up on the screen for you. Trying to see can I get this up on the screen for you here. No, it's not. 9 guarantees you in. Salute to you, Russell Red. G Bama boy, do you know your numbers? 9 guarantees you in, brother. 9 guarantees you in. Let me see if I can screenshot this and get this up on the screen for all of you all. Y'all just bear with me here real quick. Bear with me here. Bear with me here. Because if I screenshot this, I can I ain't gotta go through a whole bunch of hassle. The path to the net, yeah, that is the worst. That is the worst. That is the worst. 8 and 9 is the worst seating, in my opinion. Yeah, you're right about that, G Bam. You're absolutely right. And I'm gonna get this up on the screen for you all, and I'm gonna explain to you why some teams got something to worry about. Bama is good. Bama, y'all good. They need a play-in game. they, when they need a play-in game, your play-in game was Florida. Russell Red. That, to me, they need a play-in game. Your play-in game was Florida. You take care of business against Florida, bro. All right, everybody, here we go. Here's the new rankings right here. Make sure everybody can see this. Make sure everybody can see this. Like I said, hold on. Let me take this logo down a little bit. Let me take this logo down a little bit. Let me take this logo and this banner down. And this right here, I predicted this. Remember, I predicted this. The committee has a lot of respect for that win in the Iron Bowl for Bama. They have a lot of respect for that win because although Auburn is unranked, Auburn has a top tier defense. Auburn has an elite defense, and what Bama was able to do on that last drive and that gutsy play call to Kalen DeBoer, that right there is the reason why I think that Bama that win over Auburn, they respect that a hell of a lot more than Notre Dame beating Stanford. So let's look at it. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2. I think the loser of that Big Ten championship game will go to the 3 seed. The winner of Georgia and Bama will go to the 2 seed. So Bama can go from 9 to 2 overnight if they beat Georgia, my Georgia Bulldogs. Texas Tech, all they got to do is take care of business against BYU, and I think they're safe at number 4. If they lose, I can see Texas Tech dropping down to maybe maybe that 10th seed. I can see them dropping down to that 10th seed, and that that would be a hell of a game though. If they drop down to the 10th seed because that would have them taking on Ole Miss. So that would be a hell of a playoff game. Oregon is at 5, so Oregon will have the easiest path, in my opinion. They'll get either James Madison or North Texas or Tulane. They'll get one of the 3. Ole Miss is sitting pretty at 6. I think they secured a home playoff game tonight. They're good. They've secured a home playoff game tonight. Texas A&M, I think they're good as well. I think they've secured a home. Barring on what happened, now if Georgia loses, I can see them probably putting Georgia in, dropping Georgia down to 7, and moving Texas A&M to 9. Because if you look at even though Georgia and Texas A&M didn't play, if you look at the head-to-head, if you look at common opponents, Georgia beat the brakes off Texas 35-10, and Texas A&M lost to Texas. So that committee would look at that and put Georgia at number 7. Oklahoma is at 8. I think they can go ahead and start selling tickets for a home playoff game. They'll get the 9th seed. Right now is Bama. And I'm gonna say this, everyone. If Bama loses, I don't see Bama moving. If Bama lose, I can see a scenario where they're keeping Bama at 9. The only thing that concerns me with this is if BYU beats Texas Tech. If BYU beats Texas Tech, Bama loses, then that could be a problem. Russell Red says if Bama or BYU loses, we are in. No, sir. Notre Dame would be. Because, well, you know what? That's a good question, Russell Red. That's a damn good question. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. That is a good damn question now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a good question. Will the committee put Texas in over Notre Dame? Because when it comes to common opponents between them two, Texas beat the team that beat Notre Dame. So if it's any team that I think that would jump Notre Dame or would get Notre Dame snub from the playoffs, it would be Texas. And then you bringing in the oil money, you bringing in that Texas market, and Archie Manning is a damn good sale. Archie Manning would bring in ratings. He would bring in ratings. So I think Miami is cooked. I don't see no path for Miami getting in. I don't see no path for Vanderbilt getting in. Texas needs BYU to lose, and they need Bama to lose. If Bama lose and BYU lose, I think they'll put Texas in over Notre Dame. I really, that's a bold prediction that I'm making tonight. I can honestly see a scenario where they are putting Texas in over Notre Dame. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. It just dawned on me, brother. Y'all do have common opponents, and that common opponent is Texas A&M, which y'all dominated, and Notre Dame lost to at home. Y'all beat them at home, but Notre Dame lost to them at home. And the the shenanigans that they trying to pull with Miami, trying to say, well, it was the first game of the season. Um, I think that Texas A&M game was like the third game of the season because they had a bye. They lost to Miami, then they had a bye, and then they played Texas A&M. They lost to Texas A&M at home, coming off a bye. No three-loss non-conference champion team is making a Bama will. Common sense. Bama will. Bama and Texas, I'm telling you. Okay, if Bama win, Texas is out. Russell Red. That end y'all season right there. If Bama beat my Georgia Bulldogs, y'all done. But listen to me real good, Common Sense TV. Listen to me real good. If y'all lose, y'all are still in. Notre Dame. Okay, y'all will if BYU put it like this: if for Texas to get in, BYU and Bama has to lose. If BYU beat Texas Tech and Bama loses, that's not going to help Texas. That's not going to help Texas. Bama can lose and still get in the playoffs, brother. They're not going to pin because remember now you are the highest. Put it like this: you're the regular season SEC front runners. Y'all are the SEC regular season champions. If we had a regular season champion in the SEC, Bama would be that. Now, G Bama, listen to me real good. Look at the rankings. Look at the rankings, G Bama. I'm gonna walk this over. I'm gonna walk y'all through this now. If Bama loses and BYU loses, it's gonna come down between Texas and Notre Dame. Texas, I see that committee putting Texas in over Notre Dame because their common opponent is Texas A&M. G Bama. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The common opponent is going to be Texas A&M, which Texas dominated Texas A&M, and Notre Dame lost to them at home coming off a bye week. That looks bad when you lose at home coming off a bye week. Russell Red said, if BYU loses, they definitely not going to. Hell no. Hell no, Russell Red. They done. Because their strength of record sucks. Their strength of record sucks, bro. If BYU lose, bro, they are done. They done, bro. They done. Texas is the spot Bama was in last year. SMU has one loss, and but you got to remember, G Bama boy, you got to remember, SMU's strength of record was a little stronger than BYU's, and it wasn't really that much chaos on championship weekend. Remember, G Bama, it wasn't. I don't remember it being no chaos on championship weekend. You feel what I'm saying? This year is different. If 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 Texas Tech beats BYU and Georgia beats Bama, then that opens the door wide open for Texas. That opens the door wide open for Texas. But here's the thing where I say Bama is safe. Number one, I don't think BYU beating Texas Tech. I don't think BYU is beating Texas Tech. Texas Tech blew their ass out a couple of weeks ago. So if Texas Tech beat BYU and Bama lose to Georgia, y'all still in, bro. As a matter of fact, y'all will be right there at the ninth seed, and you'll be playing Oklahoma in the playoffs. But you got to figure out that Oklahoma problem if that happens. you, Caleb DeBoer gonna have to figure out that Oklahoma problem because see, I don't see if y'all lose, y'all ain't moving. If y'all win, y'all will move up to number 2. Y'all will be the 2 seed. Rosario said we lost to Georgia, Ohio State, or blemishes Florida. Florida, because that's a terrible loss, Russell Red. It's a terrible loss. It's a terrible loss. Bama is way better than OU, but y'all can't beat them though, bro. That's fine to say in the chat and on YouTube, brother, but on the field, y'all have not been better than Oklahoma. Y'all lost to them 2 years in a row. Hell, y'all was better than Oklahoma last year. Y'all was better than them last year. In my opinion, y'all had a better team last year. And Oklahoma was worse last year, and y'all lost to them. But this time it's going to be in Norman. It's going to be in Norman, Oklahoma, and that defense is for real. That defense is real. That defense is no joke. Their offense is suspect, but that damn defense is no joke. That defense ain't no joke. And that's the thing about it. Will they have any turnovers? Because I don't think they had any turnovers against LSU. I think they cleaned up them turnovers since they played y'all, G Bama. Oh, you can't score on us. Well, they scored, what, 23 points on y'all? That was all it take, man. The thing about it, when you got a good defense like them, when you got a good defense like Oklahoma, all it takes is maybe 20 or a little over 20 points. If you keep the other team down, and then y'all been having scoring issues as well. Y'all been having scoring issues as well, bro. But let's see. But like I said, I think Utah is done. Vanderbilt is done. I think Miami is done. Virginia's a must win. Virginia controls their own destiny. Tulane controls their own destiny, and North Texas and James Madison. They gotta wait to see what happens with Duke. They need Duke to win. James Madison need Duke to win. When you give them the ball 3 times on your side, is he? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, G Bama. You can't erase the fact that they got an elite defense. Oklahoma has an elite defense. Hell, they might have the best defense in the nation. Russell Red. Next to Ohio State. My bad. I take that back. Ohio State got the best damn defense in the nation. So I'm under you saying if Bama and BYU lose, I don't know. I think it'll come down between Notre Dame. Listen to me real good, Russell Red. Screenshot it, bro, if you have to. If BYU and Bama both lose, it's going to come down between Notre Dame and Texas. I think Miami is out. This committee is just not feeling Miami. I think Vanderbilt is done. I think Utah is done. Texas is right there at 13. The advantage that Texas has over Notre Dame is common opponents. And Notre Dame lost to Texas A&M, and Texas dominated Texas A&M. And I think that'll give Texas the nod right there. And then y'all will go in probably. Now, this is the bad news, Russell Red. I could see them putting y'all in as probably the 12th seed, though. I could see the committee being petty like that and putting y'all in as the 12th seed, man. And that means y'all have to play Oregon. Y'all have to go up to Oregon and play Oregon. And hey, bro, that in Oregon, in that snow and ice. Man, do you know how cold it get in Eugene? Do you know how cold it get in Eugene in late December, bro? Man, come on, bro. Oh, you said you just glad to get in. Boy, that Pacific Northwest get cold as hell, man, in late December, bro. You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. All right. My takeaway from this, the winners and losers. You know, I do this every week. The winners and losers. I think Ole Miss is the biggest winner tonight because they moved up. They listen to this, everyone. Listen to me real good. Listen to me real good, y'all. Ole Miss just lost their head coach. D Truth, are you there? Are you still there, D Truth? How far do you think Ole Miss goes without Lane? Hey man, they got Charlie Weiss Jr., bro. I think they can get out of that first round. I think they can get out of that first round. Now I don't know about the quarters, but I think they can get out of that first round. I can see Georgia Bulldog get in first over Alabama. Man, I don't know, man. Look, man. Until I see it happen, bro, I'm not really optimistic, Darius. I can see Georgia Bulldog get it first win over. I can see it too. But it's man, this game gonna be won on sidelines again, man. Kirby get in there and piss his leg down, piss down his leg, bro. You gonna have a lot of angry ass fans. But I think D Troop in the Matrix, man. Let me drop him down. All right, listen to me real good, everybody. Listen to me real good. Ole Miss just lost their head coach, strength and conditioning coach. Charlie Weiss left and went to Baton Rouge. He just got back today. They lost maybe like, I think the Lions coach. Now here's the kicker. Now will Lane, when I mean, from what I'm hearing, Lane Kiffin sent Charlie Weiss back to Oxford. Now will he send the rest of the fellows back to Oxford? If they do that, Ole Miss is good. Ole Miss is good, but they are the big winners because the committee is is not taking anything away from them kids. The committee is more impressed by what they did on the field against Mississippi State versus the drama in the media. So shout out to the committee for that. Ole Miss is the big winner of the night. Now, the second biggest winner, in my opinion, the second biggest winner is Bama because Bama did something that a lot of people did not think would happen, but I had a feeling it would happen. Bama, salute to you, Sniper.
What's going on, big bro?
What's going on, brother? Let me ask you, man, who who do you think is the biggest winner tonight?
The biggest winner tonight?
Hmm.
I'm gonna say Ole Miss because you think about this like this. 2 years ago, when Florida State lost their
Starting
head their
quarterback.
quarterback,
Hmm.
they was left out of the playoffs.
Hmm.
Ole Miss lost head coach and some other coaches and still made it in.
Hmm.
How was that possible? So for them to say, okay, Ole Miss, we're gonna give you a spot because you lost your head coach. We feel bad for you how everything went for the last 2 weeks. We're gonna go ahead and put you into the spot. But that's just tonight because you got to think they wait they are waiting for the final two or the finals out of the conference championship week before they um before they make the final 12 cut.
Hmm.
But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it's going to be Ole Miss is the winners of the night.
Yeah. G Bama, let me read what G Bama said. G Bama said, what saved Ole Miss is Lane letting Wise Jr. stay forward. Well, he didn't stay. He had to fly back from Baton Rouge. Don't get it twisted now. He hold on, mute up for a quick second. Don't get it twisted now. He remember he demanded Wise to get on the plane Sunday. Remember, he said, I'm getting ready to roll out. I'm going to Baton Rouge to do this press conference. Whoever want to be on my staff in 2026 better be on this jet. And Charlie Weiss Jr. he got the hell on. But Lane had a change of heart, and I don't think Weiss will be the last one that will return back to Oxford. I could see a scenario where the whole staff return back to Oxford. But here's the kicker. I think the biggest loser, in my opinion, is the athletic director of Ole Miss. Because my thing is, what's the difference in Weiss? You letting Weiss coach, but you won't let Lane Kiffin coach the team through the playoffs. I really
I mean,
feel. Go ahead, brother. I mean,
you know, the reason being is because the way they went about it, the way Lane Kiffin went about uh, this transition from to LSU. Remember, it started with Florida, and then a little talk about Alabama might lose their coach and send him to Penn State. It's all about how Lane Kiffin did it, and I think that the athletic director's like, look, man, hey. First of all, you said I told you that you had to make a decision by Saturday, Sunday. You waited till Monday. So you know what? We don't need your services no more. We've seen it. We've seen this in the past. Now he's been fired from places, and people take that as he's leaving. But we've seen it in the past. He just get up and leave a school to try to go chase, rings and bags. But I seriously do think that the AD did a good job, or did it the correct job.
I don't know, Sniper. I really, I mean, I'm just, I don't understand it. Okay, because Weiss he's already he did a tweet this afternoon. He said, I'm gonna coach, I'm gonna come back and run the offense throughout the duration of the playoffs, but next year I will be on the LSU staff. So what is the difference? You got a LSU guy on your staff. What's the difference between Weiss and Kiffin? You may as well let Kiffin stayed and coach the team, because look at it like this: Tulane, they're not chasing that coach off. North Texas, Morris is going to coach in the playoffs. If they win, if they beat Tulane, Morris is going to coach. Summerall is going to coach. If Summerall took the job at Florida, but Tulane ain't running him off. Aaron Morris took the job at Arkansas. They're not running him off. They're not running him off. The James Madison head coach, he taking a job. They ain't running him off.
But were those coaches pursuing other jobs before the season ended?
They all
Th- th-
did the same, brother. They all did. They didn't do nothing no different than what Lane Kiffin did, bro. They just took a better job. You know they had to fly. Okay, Will Stein. I'm gonna give you the perfect example. Will Stein is from Kentucky, right? But he runs Oregon's offense. You know darn well, man, that they didn't do everything through no damn FaceTime. He had to fly from Eugene down to Lexington in order to seal that deal and become Kentucky's next head coach. Same thing with Summerall. They ain't FaceTiming, not the University of Florida. The University of Florida, it's a smooth transaction. It's a smooth transition. Summerall was named, he flew down to Gainesville, did the press conference, named head coach, and then he's back in Tulane preparing for the All-American Conference Championship game. That's how you do business. That Ole Miss AD got in his feelings. He got in his feelings, and because it's LSU, if it was Georgia, that Lane Kiffin was becoming the head coach of Sniper, I promise you, Lane Kiffin would still be the head. He would be coaching that team right now. But because it's LSU, a hated rivalry, a hated rival, that's the only reason why that AD did it like that. That's the only reason, because it's LSU. Ole Miss and LSU hate each other just like Georgia and Florida. We would have probably did the same thing. If Kirby would have jumped ship and went to Florida, took a job at Florida, we wouldn't be allowing him to coach in the playoffs. Josh Brooks wouldn't allow that. But because it's your rival, your hated rival, that's the only reason why. If it had been any other school, Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, this man would be coaching. He would be coaching. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. Yeah, how you leave for the ops. Hey, Kilo, it happens, man, in every sport. Come on, man. Remember Larry Brown left the 76ers and went to Don the Detroit Pistons and coached them and took them to a championship. It happens, brother. It happens. It happens. You leave your ops. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, it coordinators do it all the time. Kirby left. Listen to me real good now. Kirby left. Kirby took the job at Georgia. This is how you do business. At that time, man, Georgia was becoming a op to Bama. Georgia was becoming a threat to Bama. But Nick Saban allowed Kirby to stay on the staff through the SEC championship game in 2015. He coached in both playoff games against Michigan State and the championship game against Clemson. That's how you do business. They ran that man off because it's LSU, y'all. Because it's LSU. If it would have been any other school in America, if it would have been Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, even Florida. Let's just say if Lane Kiffin would have chose Florida, I guarantee you none of this would have went down like that. I guarantee you Lane Kiffin would still be coaching Ole Miss. Think about it, y'all. It's LSU. It's the AD and the people around him. He let them boosters get in his ear, and they took it. They got emotional instead of thinking logical. Now, I'm not saying that they have a less of a chance of doing anything in the playoffs. Now that Weiss is back, and I think the rest of the staff is coming back. You got Pete Golden running the defense. I think they're gonna be good. Now, even with Lane Kiffin there, I never thought that they would win a national title. But right now, as is, I do see them getting out that first round. I can see that. I can see them getting out that first round because Ole Miss got a hell of a. Hey, that offense gonna be a problem in the playoffs. That offense, whoever see them in the first round, that Ole Miss gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. That's another one. Perry left the Knicks and went to the Miami Heat. Yeah, man. That happens all the time. That happens all the time. Ole Miss fans book Kiffin bad. Boo Kiffin bad at the app. Yeah, man. Now you just heard the boos. You just heard the boos, bro. They was cussing him out. I'm telling you, man, Russell Red, it's all about LSU. It's all if he would have chose Florida, it wouldn't have went down like that. It would have been a smooth transaction, just like the rest of the coaches that are still in the playoffs, that are in playing in conference, that are coaching in conference championship games. Yeah, that offense dangerous, Kilo. Ole Miss gonna be a problem in the Nana Weiss is back. They're gonna be a problem. They are going to be a problem. They're gonna be a serious problem. So everyone, I want to thank you all for coming out and get ready to get on up out of here. Hey, 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 what's going on? Hey, man, let me ask you a question, man. Who do you think is the biggest winner tonight?
I'm gonna say Ole Miss because we had seen the committee when either lost their star running back or the star quarterback or a coaching change. Either they left them out or dropped them all the way down to 11. We've seen that. Ole Miss is the biggest winner. I got Ole Miss is the biggest winner. The coach leaves, go to another school, and they go up some spots. Hey, bro, they're the biggest winner. They the biggest winner. They the biggest winner. So that's all I got to say about that one right there, bro. They the
Yeah,
biggest winner.
remember,
I didn't see that coming.
remember they put them in front. Hey, man, they put them in front of the Aggies. The Aggies were undefeated, bro. The Aggies were 11-0.
Yeah, this is what I wonder. This is what I wonder, bro. This is what I wonder. Did the committee actually feel sorry for Ole Miss for losing their coach the way Lane Kiffin did them,
Mm-hmm.
or was it is Ole Miss is just better than Texas A&M? I think it's the latter, bro. I think it's the latter.
Man, on the neutral site, you look, man. Yeah, Texas A. I'm gonna put it like this, man. Texas A&M, man. They did a little low management Friday, bro. I really don't think they put forth the effort. I don't think they came with that same intensity that they came with against Notre Dame and that they came with against y'all, bro. But we'll
Mm-mm.
see.
Yeah,
We'll see what they do in the playoffs. Now, let me ask you a question. Who was your second biggest winner tonight?
I'm gonna say Bama, cause like you said, they respect the win over Auburn,
Yep.
and I think the committee feels like way Auburn played this year, it could have been totally different, especially losing by instead of that you know, instead of losing by 10 points or less in each game they played. They feel like certain circumstances in some of the game Auburn played, they are a whole lot better than the teams Notre Dame played. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they gave
Mm-hmm.
that why they gave that Alabama Auburn game a whole lot of respect. I'm gonna say this right here.
Mm-hmm.
If they did that for Bama, we know Bama would have been out the playoff in the way they would have lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just say Bama came in that game with one loss against a 5 or 6 Auburn team and lost
Mm-hmm.
that game. And lost that game. I think Bama been probably been behind Notre Dame right now. That how much respect they got for Auburn. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
If they would have lost, they would have been done.
yeah,
It would have been no coming back. They would have had no chance in hell. But I think they really respect the fact that they did what they did against that Auburn defense in that comeback win.
yeah,
That says a lot right there. That said
yeah,
they really respect that.
yeah. And I'm gonna say this right here. For y'all, for people that think y'all got rid of Auburn defense, I got a surprise for you, bro. I got a surprise for you. That defense is intact. DJ Durkins is back.
DJ Durkins. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a huge announcement tonight. That's a huge announcement tonight, man. That's a huge
Oh
announcement.
boy. Hey, and
They
and that's
they have they have Alex Golish as the head coach, and DJ Durkin is coming back as the defensive coordinator. Man, that is going to be Auburn going to be a problem. Auburn is going to be a problem. Wow.
and and like I said, when Cody Burns coming, Ben played for Auburn and bringing DJ back, they finna keep a whole lot of players. For some of them teams hoping to perch for Auburn, forget about it.
G Bama, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted him too. Because you see, I've been hearing rumors about Schumer. I've been hearing, I was hearing, I was hearing rumors about Schumer going to Wisconsin or some Wisconsin, one of them teams, Wisconsin or Michigan State. But
So anyway,
man, I wanted Durkin too, bro.
so on the low, hey, so on the low, Bama and Georgia wanted DJ.
Hell yeah, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. As far as defensive coordinators right now, defensive coordinators, Durkin got to be one of the best defensive coordinators in the nation.
Hmm.
He up there with Matt Patricia, in my opinion. Right now,
And
it's Matt Patricia, DJ Durkin,
and,
in that order right there.
and you know the scary part about that defense, bro. The scary part about that defense, it's a young defense.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the players that was out there were freshmen or sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it finna get ugly. And I looked at that when I seen that, cause I know a whole lot of teams hoping Alex brought his own defensive coordinator.
Hey,
Am I wrong?
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You ain't wrong. Kilo, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The way Golish is coming in and putting together like a dream team of a staff, I don't see Coleman leaving. I don't see no scenario of Coleman leaving Auburn.
Oh
Hell,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Hey, oh yeah,
He's
and I forgot. Guess who could come back? Singleton.
Why would he though, man? He got enough on film, man, when he can go right on into the NFL. I ain't saying he'll go in the first round, but I think Singleton is good for like the late second, maybe early third round.
Yeah. But I'm like,
Why risk coming back and risking the injury? I mean, that's just me personally.
yeah.
I wouldn't risk it, man. They got enough. Singleton got enough on tape. All they gotta do is pull up that damn overtime game against us last year. And I think that play right there alone was, and that one play he made against Bama Saturday. Yeah, I think that'll be enough on film for any GM in the NFL. So, if he come back, sometimes, man, a lot of these players, they love college football, and now that they're making a little money,
Yeah.
they can come to college and make like a half a million or a little over a million. To some people can take that money and build off of it and create generational wealth.
Yeah.
Everybody don't need 9, 10, 100 million. There's some people that are frugal enough, they could take $500,000 and they can turn it into maybe like 5 billion because they have a business mindset. So, and everybody don't want to play in the NFL. You remember Tommy Frazier? Tommy Frazier he just loved college football. He didn't have no desire to play NFL. Charlie Ward either. He loved college football, won the Heisman. He didn't have no desire to play pro football.
I'm
doing
gonna
in the
say this
NBA.
right here. I'm gonna say this right here. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes when a player got something on film, yeah, some of them don't come back, but some of them players they got enough on film, but and come back, they feel like they got unfinished business at that school. You feel what I'm saying? So we shall
Well, I
see.
mean, well, the thing is, it's gonna take Golish a couple of years to get y'all like on playoff status. I wouldn't put that pressure on him, even though Gus did it in 1 year. I wouldn't put that pressure on him. Say, okay, you gonna come. I think y'all gonna be damn good in 2026. I can see 8, 9 wins or something like that. But to put an expectation, because you know the way it is, the way it's going now, you pretty much need 10 wins to get in the playoffs unless you just got a gauntlet of a damn schedule and you turn that gauntlet of a schedule into a 9-3 record, then they will
Yeah,
consider you. Texas had a gauntlet, man. Think about it. They had to go into Columbus, they had to go to the swamp, they had to go to freaking Athens.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them three of the hardest places to travel to, bro. And we don't even know if Texas gonna get a guaranteed spot in the playoffs. We don't even know that.
But I'm gonna say this right here: for all the teams that thinking, oh, DJ finna leave, we go this way. Nope, he is back, and that defense gonna be woo. And I can't wait to see what Alec Golish do with that offense. And I really do think with he bringing a transfer quarterback and with Ashton Daniels and Deuce Knight and that transfer quarterback he got from coming following from USF, and he got a wide receiver come from USF too. It's gonna be ugly in a couple of years, bro. It's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be ugly.
he's a hell of a recruiter too. That's what I love about Golish, bro. He's a hell of a damn recruiter. Guy has a great eye for talent, and I'm surprised it took this long for him to get a coaching job at this level. And one thing I just want to say, man, shout out to these SEC schools. They doing exactly what I was hoping they would do. Instead of reaching for the stars and going getting Urban Meyer or trying to go get Jimbo or trying to go get Les Miles, you know what I'm saying? The ones from that was dominating 15, 20 years ago or whatever. They getting these young coordinators, these young hot coordinators a chance to coach on the next level. And now we're getting ready to see the next wave, the next generational wave of talented head coaches in college football, because a lot of these cats are young, man. They're like early mid 40s now.
Yeah, and I'm like this right here. And when I saw that news come across my timeline, bro, I was like, yes, 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 and cause I told you I worried on like that. I felt like if he didn't keep DJ Durkin, we're gonna lose some players in the transfer portal come
Are you
January.
gonna do are you gonna do a War Eagles on later on tonight?
Yeah, it's gonna be late tonight, but hey, I'm gonna do one because I gotta talk about this, bro. I gotta talk
I
about this.
so do you know what time?
No,
Because
no,
y'all are an hour behind in Auburn. Y'all are an hour behind. So just let me know and tag me in. That way I can put on my wall, tag a couple of other people in. So everybody heard it first. D Truth is gonna do a breaking news War Eagles on tonight. Big news coming out of Auburn. Durkin is staying, and I'm curious to see what Nix is gonna do. Is he gonna keep Nix? He's gonna be the Golish is putting together a hell of a staff. He's putting together a hell of a staff, man. So that's Auburn fans should be very happy. Ole Miss fans should be very happy for now. The thing is, once it's over, it's over. Pete Golden got to put together. Pete Gold gonna have to he gotta do the same thing Lane Kiffin did, man. He gonna have to keep the ship riding, bro. He gonna have to put together a staff, man. But right now, Pete Golden, you're good. You're good, and I think you're good for at least one game in the playoffs. Um, G Bama, I saw the comment you made about. He said, "Common sense, bro. I don't want no Texas and GMU with the playoffs. It's easy. It's a cupcake game." Hey man, look, man. Any given Saturday, any given night, any given Saturday, man. They look when you in. You got look, man. You got just as good of a chance as anybody else, bro. Got just as good of a chance as anybody else, man. So hey, congratulations to Ole Miss. Congratulations to Bama. Y'all were the two biggest winners tonight in the college football rankings. It's I I I predicted that Bama would jump Notre Dame, but I did not see that Ole Miss would remain at 6. I didn't see that coming. So everybody, thank you all for coming out. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. And this is the last one for Tuesday. The next time we do this, it will be Sunday. It will be Sunday at 12 noon on Selection Sunday. So for Sniper, for D Troop, and myself, I'm Amondo Black. Thank you all for coming out to the dog call. Peace and blessings. Be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. And at the end of the day, no matter what, it's always going to be go dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. I'll see y'all later on tonight in the War Eagle Zone.